I believe that we're living in the greatest days of church history. And you and I have an opportunity to be a part of something that's going to impact the generations to come. In 2003, I was pastoring Stevens Creek Church in Augusta, Georgia. We were going through a capital campaign. And it was during that time I started looking at my own life. And I realized that I didn't carry cash and I didn't carry a checkbook, but I lived with a debit card in my hand. As I started assessing my own life, I started to think about the people in my church. What would happen to them if God prompted them to give? How would they give? I knew that I had to find a solution so that our church could receive bank card donations. But I started calling vendors and there was none out there. I called software companies, I called local banks, I called even church envelope companies. And every time I talked to someone, they would say, "Oh, that's a great idea, but we don't do it." This process went on for months. That is until June the 6th, 2004. It was 5:45 in the morning when the Lord woke me up with these words, "I have called you to do it." Now those words were as strong as the words He spoke to me when He called me in the ministry. And let me say, those words scared me to death. And the Lord prompted me once again and said, "Walk through the doors that I will open." And so that's how Secure Give got started. In the early days, that simply meant that we're going to gather some programmers together and that we're going to try to create a solution to help our local church move into the digital age. And so I did that. And in March 2005, we introduced the nation's first giving kiosk at Stevens Creek Church. Over the next few months, I shared this technology with several of my friends. And we started to see how this technology was encouraging stewardship in our local churches. In fact, in the first 3 months, Stevens Creek Church saw 27% of the people that used the kiosk had never given to the church before. When I saw those numbers, I knew that this was a tool that was going to make a difference, not only in my church, but I felt like it was going to make a difference in the church at large. I'll never forget the summer of 2006. Patty and I were having lunch at a local restaurant when my phone rang. It was my assistant, and she said, "Marty, I just talked to a reporter from the Los Angeles Times, and he's coming to church tonight." After that call, I looked at Patty and I said, "Our lives just changed." And sure enough, the reporter came, and what he saw was more than just a giving kiosk system at a local church. But what he experienced was the life-giving presence of the Lord. He had not ever been in a church like Stevens Creek, and he was moved by it. After service, he told me, he said, "I want to tell your story, and I want it to be on the front page of the Los Angeles Times." And he went to work. Later on in 2006, he did a story called "An ATM for Jesus" and put it on the front page of the LA Times. Our lives changed. Within hours of that hitting the newsstand, I was on Good Morning LA. Soon after that, the Today Show, and then CNN, and then Fox News, and then later on that year, CBS and the AP. It was like for over a year, news stories continued to flow out as a result of Stevens Creek Church stepping out and presenting a new solution to help people do what they want to do. People want to give to your church, and it's our job to remove the barriers. Secure Give now serves churches like Fellowship Church in Dallas, like New Spring Church in Anderson, South Carolina, like Elevation Church in Charlotte. But then we also serve traditional churches like St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York and Brooklyn Tabernacle. It has been amazing to see what God has done through a gentle prompting, through a nudging to say, "Yes, there's a problem, and I want you to provide a solution." And now we're partnering together for the cause of Christ. You know, we started with the kiosk, but soon after that we added online giving. And with our online giving product, it really enhances the donor's experience because it provides an opportunity to give to various categories. It provides you an opportunity to schedule your giving when you would like for it to happen. And it also provides a connection module that becomes a tool to help churches connect people in small groups and in volunteer opportunities. Also with a pledge module that will help you as you walk through those capital campaigns. After that, we added mobile giving, and then our newest product is a text-to-give solution, because we want to pass this opportunity of stewardship down to a younger generation. And it's evident that people under 30 live with a mobile device in their pocket. Times have changed, and we must change with it. And that's why Secure Give is committed to advancing the cause of Jesus Christ, specifically advancing methods of stewardship so that the church can remain strong in the years to come.